we're going to do a group pick a card message now from the fairy deck. It's going to be 1, 2, or 3. Oh, and there they are on the ground. Hold on, let me grab them. That's number 1, number 2, and number 3. All right. If you were drawn to pick card number 1, the card is number 13. And 13 for some people seems like an unlucky number. Wow, there's 13 on the broadcast right now. Woo, that's mega. All right, so 13 can seem like an unlucky number. However, I love the number 13. Wonderful things have happened to me on the 13th day of the month historically, okay? And I want to bring your attention to superstition. If you were drawn to pick card number 1, I really feel how life has been a little bit challenging, okay? And you may feel like, when will I see the sun again? The card is solace here, solace. The sun god, okay? When will I see the sun again? But notice that the sun is bright up here and it's a little darker down here with a tiny, tiny bit of light, just a tiny bit of light. And I want to say to you that, brightness is on the horizon. And when we experience turbulence in our lives, it's really bringing the darkness to the surface so that we can address these things with our empowered awareness and make decisions that are in alignment with beautiful lives that we want to be living in. So often we defer to the comfort of others, or we feel guilty to make the right decision for ourselves. And Spirit is saying no more. Every individual is called to live for their unique path. And you are anchoring in all the divine energy that you can. And when you're feeling like life's a little crazy, please remember that the storms come into our lives to clear away the debris and the rubble so that the new growth can emerge untainted. Number 1. If you were drawn to pick card number 2, the card is number 7. 7 is the number of truth. The card is the singer of intuition. I love the image on that card. This is about your intuition. 7 is the number of truth. Do you see the dots on this card in alignment, like your chakras? I am in alignment with my intuition. Oh boy, I see the darkness around the edge of this. When your intuition is on point, you feel when you're in the flow, you know when things are good, you can be open to those right things, and then you can really sense those other things quite deeply. Sometimes we want the intuition. Oh, I would love to have my intuition. I want to know. But then we find things that we don't want to know. We kind of encounter red flags or warning signs that tell us, no, not that person. No, not that thing. And we go, oh, but I want that thing. It can't be a warning sign. It can't be a red flag, right? And when we don't want to hear from an intuition if it's not in alignment with our personal desires. Spirit says that you cannot change the divine plan, but you can be in tune with your intuition to the point that allows you to maneuver and live a better life. Even if it tells you to stay away from something that you really want. You do have free will choice, and you can decide to go against your intuition, but be clear about that. Listen, intuition, I know that you're saying this is probably not a good idea, but I want it, and I'm going to move forward anyway. Don't shush the intuition. Thank it for its information and make your free will choices. Don't turn it off. You are in tune, and sometimes the price of sensitivity is sensitivity, friends. That's what I need to tell you. All right. If you were drawn to pick card number 3, the card number is 51. 51. So that's about making personal changes. And it's the topsy-turvies. I like that. I really like that. So if you were drawn to pick card number 3, look at all the different faces on this card. Upside down, sideways, this way, that way, long noses, little noses. I really feel how there's a fun quality and a playfulness around this card, but also kind of like a perspective here about the way you look at the world and the way you look at your life and kind of seeing things a little bit differently. Okay, these topsy-turvy here. Spirit's telling me if you were drawn to pick card number 3, to take a look at the people in your life and to see them a little bit differently if you can help it, especially if you feel yourself lacking patience or compassion, okay? Especially if you have a squeaky wheel or a pessimist or something like this in your life that seems to be hankering you, there's a different way to see this, a different way to look at this individual so that you can feel a bit more at peace with the situation, okay? So Spirit is saying to look at that person or the troublesome individual. That's what I feel like. I get irritated when my kids are always bugging me or my husband's a jerk or whatever this could be, okay? So Spirit is saying to take a look at that person and see them as a child, like a little helpless child, of God, source, creator. Oh, what do they need? What do they want? How are they acting out? How can we assist? Are there healthy boundaries that we need to set around this healthy child of God? I really feel how there's a bit of a different spin that we can put on this to grasp it in a different way. And Spirit is bringing one more message, number 3, that people can only meet you where they are at. No matter how bad you would like to meet them where you are at, they can only meet you where they are at. So Spirit wants me to say that imagine that we all wear helmets that block out any light, okay? And as we move through our life and we become more aware, layers come off and we begin to perceive more light. More light. Wow. Oh, the room's a little brighter. Now I can see this. Now I can see that, right? That's like your awareness, okay? So you as an individual have removed many shrouds and can see many degrees of the light that is around you, okay? However, those other people who may not quite be at the consciousness level that you are at, they may lack awareness, if you will. It's like their helmets are still on. So they can't see and perceive all of those other ways of being that you would like for everyone to understand and jump on board with. Okay. It's almost like your experience in itself is unfathomable to that individual who's wearing the helmet that prevents them from the knowing. Spirit just wants me to remind you that we're all on our own unique journeys. And no matter what level of consciousness others are at, your level of consciousness matters. And your level of consciousness has the ability to set healthy boundaries, to see things from a greater perspective, and to give compassion and grace to those who you know need it. And sometimes that's yourself. Number 3, that's what I have for you. And that's what I have for all of us today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. It's been a lovely time.